Techmark Incorporated, the sole United States distributor for Nicoletti, wishes to introduce you to the Nicoletti T350 double miter saws. These saws are available in a 350mm, 250mm, or 300mm wide saw. Nicoletti offers picture frame double miter and aluminum miter cutting machines, as well as toe kick notch machines and special PVC window cutting machines. A high-speed 250mm double miter saw is also available for cutting PVC or plastic picture frame molding, which are capable of cycling at a rate of 1 cycle per second. The double miter saws are also available in either a high-yield saw, where both saw blades are directly opposed to one another, or a zero-waste saw, where one saw blade is mounted higher than the other. This means that a second saw blade follows in the same path, thus eliminating additional waste. The zero-waste saw is approximately 10% slower than the high-yield saw. The double miter saws offer guillotine action cutting, which has proven very successful and most accurate in cutting miter corners. This saw is also configured with a material stop located behind the material, making it possible for the operator to place the molding between himself and the material stop. Having the material fence located in the back makes it much easier for an operator to put his body weight against the molding to push it against the material fence than for him to squeeze the molding against a fence located between him and the molding, as it is on other saws. The fence also has a unique adjustment feature. The fence can be adjusted for various widths of molding. The operator turns a hand crank, moving the material fence in and out to accommodate a specific width of material. The fence on the machine also features a quick measure scale for various cutting lengths along with 2 flip stops. Shown here is a piece cut with a zero-waste saw. Observe that there is no waste on this triangle. The Nicoletti saw comes standard with 2 vertical hold-downs mounted on the outside of the cowling of the machine. The machines also come configured with an inside chip breaker that supports the waste piece until the saws go completely through the cut. Here the operator is setting the saw to cut the specific length he requires. He will place the rabbet at the miter cut on a colored scale to the specific length that he needs. This makes for a very fast setup. Not having a fence in front of the cut piece makes it very easy for the operator to sweep the piece very quickly out of the machine without lifting it up and out from behind the fence. To change the saw blades, it is necessary to remove the front cover. Here we show the adjustment that can be made to control the speed of descent of the saw blades. The guillotine action of the saw ensures quality protection. At the top of the machine is an interlock switch safety device so that the machine cannot be operated without a cover in place. To the right is a limit switch that can be lifted up or down. The vertical movement of this switch determines the height of the stroke. If one is cutting 3/4 inch thick molding, it is not necessary for the saw to go to the top of the machine. It can be adjusted so that it's 1 inch to 1.5 inch above the molding, which reduces the cycle rate and increases the production rate. The operator now is moving this limit switch to the top of the mast, which will run the blades all the way to the top. This makes it possible to cut the tallest molding necessary. By lowering the switch, the stroke is reduced. Here you can see the flange of the saw. There are 4 holes through the flange, as well as 4 holes through the saw blade. To adjust the angle, the operator simply inserts an Allen key to loosen 4 bolts around the hub of the shaft. The operator is now removing the saw blade. This is also done with an Allen key. There is a flange located on each side of the saw blade. Both flanges have the same 4 holes. The flange is now being removed. 2 sizes of flanges are shipped with the saw. The small flanges are intended for use with molding up to 3 7/8 inch wide. Now the operator is pointing to the adjustment jam nut located between 2 Allen bolts. You will notice that on the support collar on the arbor, there are 4 large Allen bolts, with 4 small jam nuts in between them. By adjusting these jam nuts, it is possible to change the saw from the vertical setting to the horizontal angle setting. The operator will now show you how to adjust the angles. The operator lowers the saw blade and lines it up with a square to check both the vertical and the horizontal angle of each saw blade. This will give the operator a general idea of where the blade is cutting. Micro adjustments are made later through the blade, making it possible to test the cut and then readjust. The operator is tightening the 4 bolts back in place. You will notice that the operator is doing this through the saw blade. Once completed, he tightens all 4 Allen keys to ensure the saw blade is tight. By moving the top jam nut, he changes the vertical altitude and the horizontal angle. The operator is now reinstalling the left saw blade. He inserts the saw blade into the dust port, realigns the flange, and inserts the bolt to secure the blade.